Hey shoe crew, it's Audra, the Canadian Stiletto Babe, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, today is another installment of Stiletto Stories. This is about a particularly special pair. Today I want to tell you the story of how I got introduced to, started wearing, and continued to wear my Devious Screams. Now, I don't have the original Devious Screams with me, but I actually have a surprise for you guys because I found on my computer a bunch of never-before-seen footage of the original Devious Screams. So without further ado, let me get into the story of how I came to own my first pair of Devious Screams. So the story of how I got my first pair of Devious Screams starts when I was 22 years old. For those of you who don't know already, I'm 27 right now, so consider that I have been practicing in my Devious Screams on and off for the past 5 years. When I first discovered Devious Scream heels, I was actually looking at ballet boots. For some reason, I've always been one to love the extreme side of heels, and I guess I'm attracted to the challenge. Honestly, if I had to analyze it, I would say I enjoy really taking on a challenge. It required a lot of pure stubbornness to get to the point where I'm walking in them the way that you see in this footage. So when I initially got my Devious Scream heels at the age of 22, it was right around the same time that I bought ballet boots. I don't know if I ever really intended to be able to walk in either, but the fact that all the websites said that these heels were not built for walking in just made me want to try to walk in them even more. When I first got my first pair of Devious Scream heels, I could barely walk in them at all. If I recall correctly, I could probably only handle standing up in them for less than 1 minute, and in terms of walking, it was a very laborious process that hurt my feet like crazy. I actually always hated single sole heels towards the beginning of my high heel journey because I absolutely detested how painful it was on the ball of my foot. To be fair though, I was struggling with my weight, and if there's one thing that really accentuates the difficulties of carrying extra weight around on your body, it's single sole high heel shoes, especially extreme ones. I remember the first time I seriously put them on and walked around, it was on a tile floor, which by now I wish I could go back and tell myself, go find a carpet, go walk on a carpet, you'll be better off. But I was on hard ceramic tile floor. I'm sure it sounded incredible, you can imagine, but I wasn't focused on that, just on the pain of my feet. I remember I was walking to the door to greet my boyfriend at the time, and I couldn't even make it all the way to the door of the apartment before giving up to the pain of my heels. I actually ended up hopping on the kitchen counter because there was no chair to sit down on, and I couldn't standing on them for even a second longer. Those first couple experiences in the Devious Scream heels made me believe that I probably would never be wearing them in any sort of serious way. It was only after I saw a picture of my legs in the Devious Scream heels that I decided that maybe they were worth keeping. The way that the Devious Scream heels shaped my legs was absolutely incredible, and that wasn't something I was willing to give up. So a combination of sheer stubbornness and an awareness of how the heels shaped my body kept me practicing for the next 4 or 5 years. The footage that I'm showing you guys is over a year old now, and you can see from that how much I've improved since then. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this stiletto story. My Devious Scream heels will always be a big part of the journey, and in fact I consider my signature heel to be metal stilettos. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, tell me your own experiences with Devious Screams or Devious Daggers, their very close cousin, or any other metal heels that you've fallen in love with. So thank you so much for watching. and I'll see you guys again soon.